What's up, horror fans? Welcome back to Sadistic Clown Productions. And today is the long-awaited Priest cosplay breakdown. Now, as usual, the Priest is a costume that I created. Now this cosplay breakdown might not even be that long, considering that the costume itself is just basically the underclothes for Dr. Laughs. You know, the stuff that I wear under the lab coat and a hat and a mask. But I still feel like I want to show it to you guys because I know you guys probably wanted to see it and wanted to hear me talk about it. So without further ado, if you guys happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and become part of our little horror show here. So let's get into the pieces. Okay, so we got the pieces for the Priest sitting out here, and we're going to tell you a little bit about each of them. But before we get into that, I am going to explain a little bit about the Priest to you. So here's a little bit of backstory about the Priest. The Priest, he is a demonic entity that was spawned somewhere back in the 1800s. That's just the backstory I'm kind of going with for him, is that it was a demonic entity brought up sometime in the 1800s after the death of a priest at the hands of a assassin in the mid-1800s. So, yeah. So this priest here is a demonic entity who, even at the slightest mention of God, will kill you. But he kills you in a very specific way. He'll raise his arms like this, as if to make a cross, then bow his head down. And as soon as his head falls, you fall. And that is the trope that I'm going with this character, and it's going to stay that way. And the stick also has a power to it that I will tell you about here in a minute, because the Priest does use a walking stick, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now let's start off with the Priest's hood. Because the Priest's hood is a pillowcase that I just cut some eye holes into and made it kind of a thing, because that's what I wanted with this. That's really what I wanted with this. Now, I took the things under the hat so it gives it a more rounded head shape, because if I wasn't wearing the hat with this, it probably wouldn't look very good. And I think you guys know why. But other than that, the black collared shirt. Now, as you know, priests wear black shirts with those little white neck pieces. And I kind of wanted to incorporate the white using the hood, because I thought it would be creepy and give that priest sort of the look. So that's why I went with the pillowcase hood to go with this black shirt. And yeah. Alright, let's get into the priest's hat. Because the priest's hat is my favorite part of the costume. Now, the reason why that is because I just love this hat, man. It's comfortable, it's light, it doesn't hurt my head when I wear it, because it's actually a relatively big hat, but, you know, it still sits on my head pretty well and won't move once I have the pillowcase tucked into there, which is good. But yeah, the priest's hat is a really nice hat, and if you can't see it very well, I did this custom band around it with a little piece of shirt right here. Just because I kind of wanted to give it that hat look, you know, where it actually had a hat band around it. So I made my own custom one with the shirt of a t-shirt sleeve. But yeah, I really do love this hat, and I chose a hat because in the 1800s, of course, a priest would probably be wearing a hat when he's out or something. You know, I know even priests in the modern day wear hats sort of like this, but I decided for an 1800 style priest, it would work well. Alright. And now the walking stick. Now the walking stick I chose because it just makes this character look a little creepier. And the reason why that is because this stick just makes him look a little, like, and the power the priest stick carries is that if he doesn't kill you by doing a certain thing, or if you walk away as he puts his arms up, if you start running, he'll just chase after you with this. And you really don't want to know what's going to come up after that, but in the priest stick right here, not really though, there's a blade that pops out from here. And if he catches you, he will use that blade to do some very bad things. But other than that, the last thing is the thermal undershirt. Same undershirt I wear with a lot of costumes. But anyway, now that we've discussed the pieces, how they go together, we're going to throw this costume on as usual, and we will give you my final thoughts. So let us pray and become the priest. Okay, horror fans, this is the priest. Now, I know, it's not that really neat of a costume, it's just an all-black outfit with a white mask. But once you look at it enough, it looks kind of cool, And again, the priest is basically a demonic entity of a guy who died in the 1800s and wanted revenge. So, this is what he became. A demonic entity who wears a sheet over his head and kills you at the mention of God. So, if you don't want to get killed, no matter what religion you are, don't mention God around the priest, or he might just snap. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe to our channel, become part of our little horror show here, and as always, we'll see you in the next upload.